खण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। गुरुब्रह्मा गुरुविष्णु गुरुदेवो महेश्वरः गुरुसाक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। The last two verses. समस्तेषु वस्तुष्वनुस्यूतम् एकं समस्तानि वस्तूनि यन्न स्पृशन्ति वियद्वत् सदा शुद्धमच्छस्वरूपः स नित्योपलब्धिस्वरूपोऽहमात्मा। समस्तेषु वस्तुषु अनुस्यूतम् एकं समस्तानि वस्तूनि यन्न स्पृशन्ति वियद्वत् सदा शुद्धम अच्छ स्वरूपः स नित्योपलब्धि स्वरूपोऽहमात्मा। समस्तेषु वस्तुषु अनुस्यूतम् एकं समस्तानि वस्तूनि यं न स्पृशन्ति वियद्वत् सदा शुद्धम अच्छ स्वरूपः स नित्योपलब्धि स्वरूपोऽहमात्मा। समस्तेषु वस्तुषु अनुस्यूतमेकम्। Network dropped. Okay. Sorry. समस्तेषु वस्तुषु अनुस्यूतम् एकं समस्तानि वस्तूनि यं न स्पृशन्ति वियद्वत् सदा शुद्धम् अच्छ स्वरूपः स नित्योपलब्धि स्वरूपोऽहमात्मा. So वस्तुषु समस्तानि वस्तुषु समस्तेषु वस्तुषु, which means in all objects. Samasteshu vastushu anusyutam ekam, that which is continuously there. Anusyutam. Anusyutam means without a break, continuously. Without a single break in its presence. That which is continuously existing, present. Anusyutam ekam. Samastani vastuni yam nasprishanti. That which cannot be touched, nasprishanti, by samastani vastuni. So that which is pervading all objects at all times, but at no point in time, none of the objects can touch it. This is what he's saying, the first two lines. Samasteshu vastushu anusyutam ekam samastani vastuni yam nasprishanti. So in all objects at all times, this is present, but none of the objects at no time can it touch that one, ekam. So this is that experience of that one thing that is always available to us, which is Nitya Upalabdhi. So what it means is that despite the fact that it is present in everything, the principle, the consciousness present in everything, all things put together cannot touch it. The same thing, like even the example of Surya. Because of Surya, all objects are existing. But can any of these objects go and touch Surya? The Amsha of Surya is present in all plants, all living forms, everything. But can any of this even attempt to go and touch, means go and attempt to experience Surya in its fullest form? Hanuman was the only person who tried who tried to go to that Surya as a small boy. See, there is a similar verse in Isha Upanishad. Ishavasya Upanishad. There is one verse that goes in the same way. Let me just read out to you. Yastu sarvani tadejati tannayjati taddure tantarasya tasmin अनेजदेकं मनसो जवीयो नैनद्देव आप्नुवन् पूर्वमर्षत् तद्धावतो अन्यानत्येति तिष्ठति तस्मिन्नपो मातरिश्वा दधाति. So it does not move anywhere, it is remaining there as it is. Even before the senses try to reach it, it's already present. It runs ahead of the senses. We gave the example of space. Space is there everywhere here. Can you do something to go from this space to that space? Can you say, I will reach there before space reaches? No, space is already there. What it means is senses cannot reach it means it is something that is always all pervasive everywhere. And by virtue of that, senses require time and space to reach. Correct? Our sense organs requires time and space because we are operating in space and time. If my hand needs to grasp something, it needs time, it needs space. If my eyes needs to see something, it needs time, it needs space. My ears need to listen to something, it needs time, it needs space. In space, sound will travel, it will reach my ear, and then in that time, when it reaches my ear, I'll be able to listen to it. Right? Same thing with all the sense organs. For me to grasp through the sense organs information, it needs time and space. But how do you touch that which is not governed by time and space? This is the question. Because this presence, remember, is always there. Whether you're thinking of it or not thinking of it, you're aware of it, not aware of it, you notice it, don't notice it, the presence is always there. How can senses touch it? How can you say that with my, it is, the example usually is given is that how do you, if you need, the torchlight cannot turn back on itself. It cannot locate the torch, the torchlight itself. The torchlight cannot locate the same torch. Which means you cannot use the senses that are going outward to touch that presence which is inside you. Because you cannot experience that presence outside. You cannot start outwards and let me start experiencing the presence outside and then I come inwards. No. You can only exhaust your search on the outside and then come inside and realize that yes, the presence is here. And then from here, then you go expand outside. This is the journey. The journey is never, okay, Bhagavan is everywhere, so let me start from the outside. If you start from the outside, very soon we will be exhausted. And when you get exhausted, then naturally you will turn inwards. And when you turn inwards, that is when through this process we find that presence inwards. And then you realize, oh, the same presence is outside also. So which means the senses which are outward bound cannot go and touch that presence which is here. And why is that it is beyond space and time? Because it is in the now. It is always in the present. It is said that it is beyond the known and the unknown. What is known to us? What is known? Known is the past. What is unknown? Unknown is the future. So when you say it is not neither the known, which is it's not in the past, it's nor the unknown, which is not the future, then where is it? It is now here. It is nowhere else, but it is now here. So this now here experience is in the present. In the present, this experience of the presence in the present, when you bring your attention to it, can any of your sense organs hold it? You only experience it. It's very abstract, correct? The whole experience is very abstract. When you're feeling, forget this profound experience, even simple feelings, which is you're feeling grief. How do you explain to somebody you're feeling grief? How do you explain to somebody? You're feeling lonely, you're feeling depressed, you're feeling dejected, or you're feeling joyful, you're feeling excited. How do you explain this to somebody? Something happens inside. So, in the same way, why? Because that's happening in the present moment. So, experience is always in the present moment. Even if you think of something, you're experiencing in the present only. If you're thinking of the past, the experience that you're generating is in the present. Somebody cheated you 10 years ago. You think about that and you feel humiliated now. The present, the experience is in the present. If you're thinking about the future and there is anxiety, anxiety is not in the future. Anxiety is in the present. So, in the same way, when we want to experience the presence, we have to come to the present. We cannot keep loitering in the past, which is the known, or loitering in the future, which is the unknown. We cannot keep loitering in both of these places. We have to bring our attention here. When you bring your attention here, you will know that you cannot hold it. You cannot tell your eyes now see or ears listen. You can't. There is nothing there. You are just present, silent. How do you capture silence? சைலன்ஸ் ஒரு ஃபோட்டோ எடுங்க அப்படின்னு சொல்லலாமா? ரெக்கார்ட் பண்ணுங்க கிடுகிடுன்னு. சைலன்ஸ் வந்திருக்கு. And the perfume of silence is not smelled through the nose. When you say, these are all metaphorical, poetical words, you say the perfume of silence is there and you're experiencing. That perfume is not through the nose. It's not that kind of perfume. It's an experience. It's an anubhava. That anubhava happens in the present only. Experiences occur only in the present. Which means you have the power to make the experience whichever way you want. Because the present is right here in your control, right now at this moment. You getting anxious about the future has not occurred yet. But that anxiety is causing that experience now. You can look at it. See, that future is not here. You're sitting, suddenly your mind is thinking a snake is coming. Creates excitement within you, anxiety and fear and all that. But when you look at it, there's no snake. Where does it go? Where does the fear go? Where does the anxiety go? Poof, it's as though it was illusion, correct? There is this very nice, beautiful Zen story, a little story where it's called the empty boat. So a man, a young monk, goes to his teacher and says, "I want to learn meditation." He tells him go. He teaches him all techniques and all. And then the little boy or the man goes and sits on a boat by the lake riverside, and he's meditating. Somebody comes and pushes the boat, or the boat moves suddenly. Then he gets disturbed, saying, "Who's this bothering me?" Then quietly he is sitting again. And again, after a little while, again he gets a jerk. And he's like, "Who's this? Can't they see I'm meditating?" And it goes on for a few times. And then while he is getting that disturbance, he's also creating, there is an anger that is created within him. So there's meditation happening, anger also piling up because his meditation is getting disturbed constantly. But because he doesn't want to disturb his meditation, he's just letting the anger pile up inside him. And then at one point, he's so irritated, he turns around and wants to shout. And he sees there is nobody there. There is another boat that is moving in the water and coming and hitting his boat. Another boat in the water, waves of the water is coming and hitting his boat. So when he turns to shout, there is nobody there. So where does his anger go? This whole pile up of emotion we create, the Zen story says that think of everybody else in the world as an empty boat. Can you see everybody else as an empty boat? They are just moving based on their samskaras, their vasanas, their prarabdha, they are moving. The influence of their prarabdha karma, they are moving. In their movement, they are coming and hitting you. Can you turn around and look at them as an empty boat? Then this pile up will slowly dissolve. You need to release this pile up. We think that I have to shout at the person, I have to show back, I have to. And then it gets locked into some kind of a very unpleasant exchange of energies. Because you're creating more karma, you're creating more impressions. So you're these experience is happening in the present. We recognize that, which is why Buddha also, when he attains to nirvana or enlightenment, he's sitting under the bodhi tree. You will see many images of Buddha touching the ground. With the right hand, he'll be touching the floor or the ground, earth. Because he says that is the truth. The truth is to be here now present, to be grounded. He makes earth as his witness of enlightenment. So that presence, which is why breathing exercises are taught, because breath is a great reminder of the present. You can never breathe in the past or the future. Your breath is occurring in the present. So breath is a very, very good way to ground you back to the present. Just look at ourselves like this for a moment. Always use breath as a support to bring you to the present. Because staying in the present becomes a very fancy, jazzy kind of a thing. We use it loosely. Coming to the present is very important from a psychological grounding perspective. Not to use against others. The grounding within ourselves is important. It is not something that we use to others to say that, okay, be in the present and all that. No, it is for your own self. Let us never use the understanding or philosophies that we learn to apply on others. We have to apply it on ourselves. Very important. Otherwise, people will say, "Engenge enanamo kettunde." You listen to all things from all different places, and you're just talking frivolously, loosely. No, people should recognize it in your life. People should see it in your life, being acted upon in your life, right? That is key to be able to. So now here is saying samasteshu vastushu anusyutam ekam. That one presence is there in everything, but nothing can touch it. Anusyutam ekam, it is there at in everything at every time, but that one cannot be touched. No one can touch that one. When you say no one can touch that one, means you have to only be in its presence. You cannot decide it. You can't, like we said, you can only do activities for it to reveal itself. To still the water, you don't have to do, you just, the activity is stilling the water. That's all. The reflection will happen on its own. You have to clean the mirror for the reflection to occur. Don't worry about the reflection occurring. Don't worry about, am I able to see the Atma, this, that, and the. Don't worry about those things. Just settle yourself down, calm the waters, come into the present moment. Then he says, Viyadvat sada shuddham achaswarupaha. As though like the sky, Viyadvat sada achaswarupaha. Shuddham achaswarupaha. It is pure, it is in clear, it is absolutely clear. Which is why he is called Hastamalaka, because he is able to see this so clearly. This truth is, see, a lot of times, for example, if a child gets into drugs, as an example. Now, as elders, we've had so much experience, we've seen so many things in life. We will see clearly that the child will only end in a bad place, correct? We can see it clearly, but the child is not able to see. The child will say, what is there? It is so joyful, it is so nice, it is so. All this Vedanta you're listening and meditating and trying to get this joy and bliss. I am getting it through this one tablet. What is wrong? How will you explain to the child? You'll have to go take statistics. You have to take him to a doctor. Try to get 10 people to explain to the child. But do you need that? Do you need all that statistical explanation and all that? No, you can just see it clearly that the child is going to suffer. It will fall into addiction. It's going to suffer. It's going to leave the child in a very, um, a very broken state. You can see it. The child can't. In fact, there is a friend of mine who used to smoke a lot. So I told him, boss, why don't you reduce? Whenever there is tension, he'll go around, take a smoke. I need a break, he'll go take a smoke. And he would say that, why, what is wrong? Anyways, we are all going to die one day. See, this is how they will use Vedanta or Tattvam, philosophy. Just to suit their own fancy desires. Anyways, we are going to all die one day. What is there? I will die of lung congestion. Do you want to put yourself into suffering? That is the question. We all will die. How we die is the whole process of living. Understand this. Charvakas, correct. Charvakas are this group of people who believe that everything here have merry, have fun, and die. But remember, as we always say, our living is a preparation for how you want to die. I believe that strongly. For me, how I die is extremely important. And the whole preparation through the lifetime is preparing for that moment when you die. Because when you are actually dying, all your senses will fail, all your memory will fail, all your intelligence will fail. What will remain is your Atma Bala, your Shakti. That Adhyatma Shakti is what will be there at that time. That is what is going to be there, and that is what will help you transit. That is what we need to build. So it is not about, anyways, everybody is going to die. How we die is the most important activity here. Right? So, in that sense, he says, Viyadvat Sada Shuddham Achaswarupaha. It is always there. It is as though it is expanded, it's expanded like the sky. Because he's feeling that expanse, Hastamalaka is feeling that Vyomavat Vyapta Dehaya, Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. That Vyomavat, as though it is I'm feeling so free like the space and sky around me. This is his experience. And we are saying this he is able to see so clearly. Achaswarupaha. Like how we are able to see certain things clearly in life and the world, he is able to see this so clearly. So we can also, what he is pointing out, or whatever, what we are learning is that we can also see this as clear as this. We put in the right effort, we can also see. See, today, if you are able to see something and have that clarity, is because of your experience, because of your life that you have led, because of the learnings that you have had. You're able to see something clearly. You know, if this person goes this way, he's going to fall into that. This person goes this way, it will be good for him. Some intuitive recognition is there. There is never always a logical reason why somebody has an understanding of something. Logic breaks down at many times. You would have experienced this with your kids, right? All of us experience with our kids. You tell your kids this is the right thing, but then they'll say, how are you saying? Explain to me. To some extent, you can logically explain, but beyond a certain point, you cannot. There is an intuitive recognition of how it will be. You have an intuitive recognition. Now, that intuitive recognition is what is this about? Astamalaka is able to see that intuitively. He knows that this is I. I am this presence. Acha Swarupa, clearly. Sanityopalabdhi Swarupo Hamatma. उपाधौ यथा भेदता सन्मणीनां तथा भेदता बुद्धिभेदेषु तेऽपि यथा चन्द्रिकाणां जले चञ्चलत्वं तथा चञ्चलत्वं तवापीह विष्णु उपाधौ यथा भेदता सन्मणीनां तथा भेदता बुद्धिभेदेषु तेऽपि तथा चन्द्रिकाणां जले चञ्चलत्वं तथा चञ्चलत्वं तवापीह विष्णु उपाधौ यथा भेदता सन्मणीनाम तथा भेदता बुद्धि भेदेषु तेपि यथा चंद्रिकाणाम जले चंचलत्वम तथा चंचलत्वम तव तव अपि इह विष्णु तव अपि इह विष्णु. So he's saying how through the constraints upadho yatha bhedata sanmanina, how the crystal appears to be different, money appears to be different under different conditions because of the upadhi. If there is a money crystal, we're talking about a crystal which is, you bring red color in front of the crystal, behind the crystal will appear red color. You bring blue color, it will appear blue. Whatever color it bring, the crystal's physical form has an it limits the color appears on the crystal as though the crystal is limited by that color. The crystal is limited by that color, is the appearance. Upadhi. The upadhi of that color is overlaid on the crystal, and hence the crystal appears red crystal. Red color is one particular color. Amongst all colors, red is one color. And when you bring red color behind the crystal appears red crystal. So the red color's individuality is now superimposed on the crystal, and hence the crystal looks red. The same way, he says, we are tatha bhedata buddhi bhedeshu tepi. In the same way, there are different intellects. The same principle is shining through everything. Because of these different, I am red in color, he is blue in color, he is yellow color. Because of we are different colors that we carry ourselves, it appears as though that Atma or that principle in us is of this color. That is why it appears like Sudarshan's Atma, Meera's Atma, Sundar's Atma. There is nothing like that. The form that we have and the individuality that we have, it superimposes on this principle. Similar to how electricity, there is no fan electricity or light electricity. There is only electricity. The expression comes out in different ways. So he says, in the same way, tatha buddhi bhedeshu, in different intellects, this principle reflects differently. Buddhi bhedeshu te api. Then another example is in yatha chandrikanam jale chanchalatvam. Earlier in the last couple of verses, he used Surya as an example. Here he is using Chandra. Yatha chandrikanam jale chanchalatvam. How the Chandra in the chanchala waters, it is appearing as the moon is moving. Moon is reflected on the water and the water moves. The moon appears to be moving. In the same way, O Vishnu, O Bhagavan Vishnu, you appear to be moving through everybody. Tatha chanchalatvam tava api iha Vishnu. You appear to be moving through all of this. So beautiful, right? Like the Chandra, see, he is now brought Chandra in the last example, because in several examples he realized he's talking Surya, it's all about fiery. Now he's trying to calm down. Gentle, make it warm, make it gentle. Shitala, cool. He's trying to cool it down, saying that the end of the day, Ardram Jwalati Jyotir Jyotir Jwalati Brahmahamasmi, Yohamasmi Brahmahamasmi, Ahame Vaham, Mam Juhomi Swaha. It's a very, very beautiful mantra from Aghamarshana Suktam. Ardran Jwalati Jyotir Aham Asmi. Ardra is water. Where is there Jyoti in water? Ardram Jwalati Jyotir Aham Asmi. He says that Jyotihi that I am, it is like Ardram Jwalati. It is a fire that is cool like water. Ardram Jwalati Jyotir Ahamasmi. Jyotir Jwalati Brahma Ahamasmi. Yoham Asmi Brahma Ahamasmi. Aham Eva Aham Mam Juhomi Swaha. I put this whole sacrifice. This Swaha is to myself only. This whole process of self-realization, this process of spiritual sadhana is not for anybody else, not for the world's glory or somebody is going to get better or this is going to happen, nothing, just for myself. Mam juhomi swaha. I am consuming the result and the nectar that is being generated out of this. So he says, Yatha Chandrikanam Jale Chanchalatvam. How in the moonlight, the Jala, when it is moving, the moonlight is appearing to move. Tatha Chanchalatvam Tava Api Iha Vishnu. In the same way, O Vishnu, you are moving through all of this. And it appears as though it is moving. When you are standing inside a train and the train is going at 120 kilometers per hour, are you moving or not moving? This is a question Einstein had when he formulated the theory of relativity. Are you moving or are you not moving? Relative to what you're talking about. Inside the train, you are not moving. But are you not moving at all? You are moving because the train is moving. You're sitting on this earth. You think that I am in one place, but the earth itself is moving. We know that. In space, the earth is moving continuously. It's rotating and revolving. So the presence is as though it is moving because it is in the bodies, in the material, in the substance that it is moving. Why is he use the word Vishnu here? Vishnu means Vishwam Anu. Iti Vishnuhu. Vishwam Anu means that which principle is there in everything in this Vishwa. Everywhere in this Vishwa, in this universe, it is that Anu. Anu means the smallest principle that is there in everything. Hence, he is called Vishnu. Vishwam Vishnur Vashatkaro Bhuta Bhavya Bhavat Prabhu. Bhuta Bhavya Bhavat. Future, present, past. Past, future, present. In all, he is present in all time. And he is there everywhere in Vishwam Vishnu Vashatkaraha. Vashat Akaraha. So he is the Vishnu or a description is Vishwam. Vishwasmai Namaha. The first word is Vishwasmai Namaha in Vishnu Sahasranamam. So that Vishwam is the definition of Vishnu. That Vishnu is that which is everywhere in this Vishwam. Ishavasya sarvam yatkincha jagatyam jagat. Ishavasya Upanishad. So all of these things point to the same thing. He's saying that yatha chandrikanam tatha yatha chandrikanam chanchalatvam jale chanchalatvam tatha chanchalatvam tava apiha Vishnu. Api iha Vishnu. Now, what is beautiful about this verse is that it talks about the Sanmaninam, Bhedata Sanmaninam. There is Bheda, when crystal, there are different colors, the crystal appears differently. In reality, the crystal is colorless. You go to this Spatikalingam Aradhana in one of the Panchabhuta Kshetra. Trying to think, is it Chidambaram Leya Yanga? Chidambaram. Chidambaram has
Chidambaram.
Spatikalingam, very small, and then do every day they do Rudrabhishekam and this thing. So they'll put vibhuti, they'll put milk, they'll put haldi, they'll put chandanam, ella. Morning பண்ணுவாங்க. So it changes all these colors and it will look very beautiful. And every color, it will not worry about it at all. It will take every color. It will not, but it will not hold on to any color. Or koncham jalata mele, just put a little water from the top, the color will go away. That's all it takes. It just takes a little bit of water, the color will go off. It is not like you have to put sif and then you have to take a scrubber and scrub off the color. It will go off. That is the principle, that is the quality of a crystal. It doesn't hold on to any color. In the same way, and there is a very beautiful term for this. And actually leads us to the theme of the yatra also. The term is Vairagya. Raga is color. Raga Dvesha means you're having some form of a color. I'm red, I'm blue, I'm white, I'm gray, I'm indigo. These are different colors I have. Emotions are also called as colors. So when you have different colors, if you hold on and stick on to the color, you are either in raga or dvesha. Means you like this, I don't like this. I want this, I don't want this. I love this, I hate this. I want to hold on to this, I want to throw this away. The passion, that is raga. With passion, we want, of course, we should live a life of passion. But if passion consumes you, then there is only suffering. Because you are now jumping from one color to the other. Then you don't know what color you are. Viraga means without this raga dvesha. Viraga. And that is what is vairagya. Vairagya means I hold myself in a place where there is least amount of influence of this color on me. Like a crystal. Beautifully. But I take all colors. I take all roles. I play all roles. I'm not renouncing anything. Tena tyaktena bhunjitha. Tena tyaktena bhunjitha. Ishavasya Upanishad says, renounce it and enjoy. Renounce what? Renounce the association to that color. Doesn't say renounce the color itself. I don't want any color. I don't want this. I don't want that. I'll only be a particular color. I'll only carry this emotion. I'll only have love. I'll only have this.
Advait Dvesha Madam.
Advidvesha madam. Exactly. That becomes dvesha in itself. Because this leads you to fanaticism. If you're holding on to one thing very strongly, it becomes fanaticism. Even renunciation can turn into fanatical, ideology that you're holding to. And we see this in the world today. What great example we have. We have seeing all of this all around. Fanaticism in all forms is there. In all religions, it is there. In all social structures, it is there. In all ideologies, it is there. And you hold on to something so strong that you're establishing your life on it, you are being violent. When you don't let the color stick, you have to do something, you feel a calling, you do. Don't hold a flag for an ideology. Where are you going to go at the end of the day? Right? We're all going to go to the same place, the grave, nowhere else. So that viraga, we develop that viraga slowly, slowly, slowly. And hopefully the yatra allows us to develop that further. The yatra is on how do we develop this vairagya with sankalpa and hold on so that we get this experience. Sanityo Upalabdhi Swarupo Hamatma. This experience is comes through constant practice of Viveka Vairagya. Viveka Vairagya. You discriminate and you hold a sankalpa. Continue to discriminate to know that what is the truth, what is really the truth. You recognize that, you get a glimpse of it, then hold on to it with Vairagya. Hold on to the reality, the truth that I am not any of these colors. I am not any of these bodies. I am not any of these thoughts. I am not any of these emotions. I am this Nitya Upalabdhi. There is always, whether a Bhagavan comes on the outside or not, I am always present. I am always available. I am always there. There is so much joy in just recognizing that and being with that. There is so much joy. The whole Hastamalakeeyam is an invitation to all of us to say, experience that joy. Huh? Self invitation, correct. It is an invitation to the self. Invitation to the self by the self. Self is inviting us to go to the self. So that we know that there is joy. See, once you taste, then you know what it is. Then nobody has to teach us anything. Correct? Once we have tasted something very sweet, very beautiful, assuming you like sweet, you've tasted it, then you will automatically go. I remember one Swamiji said, mosquito will never come and sit on my beard because it knows it will not find anything there. It will come and sit on my skin only. Even if my face has mostly beard or hair, facial hair, it will come and locate the skin and sit because it knows where to find what it wants. Once we establish what we want, we have tasted this joy, we will keep going for it. Within, within. That's all. We should stop. Slowly, what should happen is this running around to search on the outside should stop. Even though you think running to a temple might fetch you something, no. Even if you're going for a yatra, it is not a necessary thing. It is just to experience this joy even better in a much better setting. That is all. Because a lot of times being in the same place, the same location, the same wherever we are, it doesn't allow us to experience that uh, so profoundly. Which is why some of these places are beautiful. You go and sit in a dense forested area, you sit in a mountain or a hilltop, you go to an ocean. Some of these very natural environments you go, it allows you to experience that, see that a little more clearly. Like Hastamalaka is saying, and the nimmadi, that peace and that joy and that shanti, we can experience that much more profoundly in some of these places. Right? But we are not running there to look for that peace. We experience that and we carry it back and we know it is here with me. Me going to that place is not giving me peace. It is only revealing the peace which is already inside. Please understand this. Going to Uttarkashi, going to Himalayas, going to Gangotri, going to some temple in Sri Rangam, or it is not giving me peace. It is revealing the peace which is already inside. It's creating an environment to reveal that peace, which means it is within me. I get the taste of it and I come back and I continue with Vairagya. Hold on to it. So that is the Hastamalakeeyam Sanityopaladhi Swarupo Hamatma. Sanityopaladhi Swarupo Hamatma. We'll close and I'll play that one more time. 4 minutes, we'll listen and then we'll show. Om Kayena Vacha Manasendriyerva Buddhyatmana va Prakrite Swabhavat Karomi Yatyat Sakalam Parasmai Narayanayati Samarpayami Sadashivayati Samarpayami Jagadambiketi Samarpayami Satgurunathayati Samarpayami Hari Om Tat Sadgurubhyo Namah. Deva.